Hi everyone! Welcome to our pronunciation and prosody session. Today, we're going to learn how to say some of the most challenging English words. Words like world, girl, rivalry, and jewelry. Why are these words so hard? Many native speakers have tried to explain them by simply demonstrating how they pronounce them. But you know what? For adult learners, that usually doesn't work. You often can't hear the sound correctly because you don't yet have a physical theory of how the sound is produced. And unless a native teacher has studied linguistics, they often don't have this mechanical knowledge either. So today, you are going to learn how to say these words confidently because you will finally understand the mechanics of the sounds. Welcome to this pronunciation mechanics class.
4 key sounds, the mechanics behind R and L. To pronounce RL or LR combination words, the first thing you must understand is that R and L each have 2 distinct sound types: pure consonant L, pure consonant R, vowel-colored L, dark L, vowel-colored R, vocalic R. The vowel-colored versions behave like consonants plus a built-in vowel. Some linguists call these syllabic consonants because they function almost like mini-syllables. English has 5 consonants that can act this way. If you want the full explanation, check out Dr. Nanhi Burns' lecture video on syllabic consonants. Understanding pure consonant L and R. Both L and R are called liquids in phonetics because the air flows smoothly through the vocal tract, like water flowing around an obstacle. The difference is tongue position. Pure L. The tip of the tongue touches the alveolar ridge. The sides of the tongue are lowered. Air flows along the sides like water flowing around a rock. Examples: light, lie. Pure R. The tongue does not touch anything in the mouth. It is slightly curled or bunched upward. Air flows freely through the central channel. Examples: right, rye.
Many non-native speakers mispronounce the English R sound by trilling it, as in Spanish or Hindi, or by tapping the roof of the mouth, as in Korean and Japanese. If you're unsure whether your R sound is correct, watch Dr. Nanhi Burns' video on pronouncing the American R to learn the proper technique. Vowel-colored L and R. Dark L. The tongue tip still touches the alveolar ridge, but the back of the tongue rises toward the velum, the soft palate. It creates a deeper, heavier sound, ull. Not a quick ull, but a continuous ull, with the sound flowing steadily. Vocalic R. The tongue does not touch the mouth at all. It stays curled or bunched upward. The sound is long and continuous, like a smooth pirate sound. These two, dark L and vocalic R, are the main ingredients in difficult words like world, girl, pearl, and curl. Now that you understand the 4 sound types, you can see why EARL and LR words are so challenging. The tongue must switch between 2 completely different tongue positions. One involves touching the alveolar ridge, L. The other requires no touching at all, R. And some words combine a vocalic R plus a dark L in a single syllable. That's why words like world or girl feel almost impossible at first,
because your tongue has to perform a fast, precise movement that doesn't exist in many other languages. To be able to pronounce these challenging words, you first need to know the theory of how to produce the sounds. Then, listen to them repeatedly as spoken by native speakers. And finally, repeat them yourself many times while listening. There is no shortcut to pronouncing English correctly. Like anything worth learning, it requires both theory and practice. Dr. Nanhee Burns' pronunciation course is perfect for this. The course is written by Dr. Burns, applying linguistic theories to help non-native speakers speak clearly, and it is narrated by native speaker Dr. John Burns. It has a 5-star rating on Amazon and Audible and is now available on Dr. Burns' website, www.nanheeburns.com. Step-by-step method. Let's start with the LR combination, where L is followed by R. The movement is tongue tip up for L, release and pull into a bunched R. These are examples of LR combination words.
Railroad, railroad. Ballroom, ballroom. Mailroom, mailroom. Already, already. All right, all right. Walrus, walrus. Rival plus ry is rivalry, rivalry. Caval plus ry is cavalry, cavalry. Chivalry, chivalry. Jewelry, jewelry. Revelry, revelry.
In these words, the L comes at the end of a syllable, which makes it a dark L. The R sound actually begins the next syllable, so it is a pure consonant on its own. This is why the tongue must move cleanly. L ends one syllable, R starts the next.
Now, let's look at the RL combination pronunciation, where R comes before L. The tongue moves the opposite way of the LR combination. First, the tongue is bunched or curled for R. Then, the tip quickly moves forward and up to touch the ridge for L.
And these are words with RL combination. Barley, barley. Berlin, Berlin. Curling, curling. Curl, curl. Garlic, garlic. Girl, girl. World, world. Gnarl, gnarl. Pearl, pearl. Carl, carl. Snarl, snarl. Swirl, swirl. Twirl, twirl.
In all these words, the R comes at the end of a syllable, so it is a vocalic R, pronounced like Some Ls are light, and some are dark, depending on their position in the word. For example, compare curl and curling. In curl, the L is a dark L because it ends the syllable. In curling, the L is light because it begins the next syllable. Light L words, L begins the syllable. Barley, Berlin, curling, garlic. Dark L words, L comes at the end of the syllable, pronounced like O. Curl, girl, world, gnarl, pearl, carl, snarl, swirl, twirl. Now that we have covered the LR and RL combination pronunciations, we can tackle some of the most notoriously challenging words for non-native speakers, where R and L appear close together and require precise tongue movement.
Squirrel, squirrel. Admiral, admiral. Coral, coral. Rural, rural. Collateral, collateral. Bilateral, bilateral. Inaugural, inaugural. Mirror, mirror. Nearer, nearer. Clearer, clearer. Mirror rhymes with nearer and clearer.
That's all we have for today. To improve your pronunciation, first learn the mechanics from Dr. Burns' Pronunciation and Prosody course. Understanding how the sounds are made and how the tongue moves is the foundation for speaking clearly. With practice, patience, and repetition, you can master these challenging R and L combinations and speak more confidently in English.